Hello chaps and chapesses, and it's paragers. How is everybody today? So, I've been busy again on Feed the Beast, done a few more bits and pieces. So we're going to show you off what I've been up to since the last video. So the first thing you'll see is that we created a little walled garden area and a safer area for the cows, because either some creatures attacked these cows or some random player did, but either way the cows died. So they're now protected, so hopefully that won't happen again. So we're breeding them back up to a good number again, so we've got a good source of beef and of leather. Moved my small farm area here down here, so I've got 4 crops at the moment. I've got wheat, I've got potatoes, I've got carrots, and I've got corn, which is one of the mod products. So just a small farm again, just to keep things going, nothing special about that. We've built a house of sorts, completely made of cobblestone. It's not going to stay that way. All this is temporary until I get all the machines that I want, I get everything working the way that I want to, and I know how things are going to run. Once that's done, then I'll build a house around all the machines and how they need to fit into everything. So for now it's all just temporary, but it is a safer house, which is good. So I've moved some of the machines up here. We've tidied up in the basement area a little bit, which I'll show you shortly. So these are still the 3 same machines as were before. Rolling machine, pulverizer, and the powered furnace, so nothing different with those. There's the extractor and the compressor, again nothing different with those, and the industrial electrolyzer. So first thing I'll show you is some of the new tools that I've acquired. So if we look into my inventory, first thing is this, the advanced electric jetpack. Now this was a very expensive little thing to make. So before, you had to have a backpack and a jetpack separate, which is what I had, and indeed I showed you that in the last episode. So this thing, let me just find the recipe for it. There we go. It needs some carbon plates, which is not too bad, it's just compressed coal. Some glass fibre cable, not too bad, again, although they do need diamonds. Advanced circuits, again, not too bad. The advanced lap pack, quite expensive, so another diamond for this thing. Some gates, some circuits, some lapis. The normal jetpack, which I already had, and then these things, these engine boosters. Now these were quite expensive to make, so lots of advanced alloys, overclockers, advanced circuits, glowstone, heat vents, which is more diamonds. So yeah, quite a bit to this thing. However, the advantage of it is, as I put it on now, it gives you, you can see in the top left corner, it gives you a running energy total of how much energy is left in it, so at the moment 79%, and also you can toggle off and on fly mode. So just like a normal jetpack, you can use it, or you can keep it as just a normal backpack when you're mining or whatever. I usually have the jetpack on because it's not using energy when you're just running around, only when you fly. As with the normal jetpack, you can go up and down using the hover mode, which I'm using at the moment, or the normal fly mode. Another advantage of this advanced jetpack is it lets you fly up to world height, which is 256, whereas the normal jetpack only allows you to fly up to, I think it's about 200. So another advantage. Also, this thing can store a lot of energy, 1 million EU, as opposed to the previous machines, which were not too much. So really good tool, quite high, quite expensive to make, but once you have one, very valuable, and great because you've got a combined backpack and jetpack all in one, so it's really good. So another few tools. As I've been mining, obviously I've been getting XP. Got a diamond pickaxe and went to enchant it. Again, got really lucky and got a silk touch 1 pick. Now this means that when I'm mining out for ores, you can collect the ore blocks themselves, as we have here. So nickelite, normally if you collected that with a normal drill or a normal pickaxe, it would splinter into the dust nickelite. With the silk touch you can get it as an ore, and we'll show you why that's important in a moment. Also enchanted a random bow, power 3, punch 1, flame 1, not bad. Another pickaxe, another silk touch, so I'm pretty lucky there. And this thing, now this is a diamond jackhammer. Again, quite expensive to make, but again a really good tool. I'll show you the recipe for this one. So for this one you needed 2 titanium, another energy crystal which is diamond surrounded by redstone, another gate or electronic circuit, and some diamond dust. So what we did for this thing is we needed titanium, so we'll show you how I got that in a moment, but first of all just going to show you what this thing does. So just down here on some stone, so it uses quite a lot of power, but that's what it does. Really fast mining of stone. Now the nice thing is that when you're charging through like this and you're mining out stone, if you accidentally come across, well, not cobblestone, but if you come across ores or something like that, it will basically stop working and give you time to change your tool to something else, because it doesn't go through ores very quickly, only the stone, netherrack, soil, cobble, that sort of stuff. So really useful tool, really good. Expensive to make, but really worth it once you get there. So let me just get my tools back in the order they were before. Like so. Right, so that's the tools that I've generated next time. So here we are down in the basement. So I've really tidied up the energy production quite a bit down here. So we'll talk you through what we've got. So first of all, we've gone from just a couple of magmatic engines in the last episode to, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 magmatic engines at the moment. So quite a few. Reason for this is that these are powering these, which are called magma crucibles. Now what these do is these take the power generated by the magmatic engines and they burn up netherrack, cobblestone and other stuff. However, if you use netherrack in them, you can actually profit. So what it does is it cooks it. It's not the quickest machine in the world, but it's not running on full power at the moment. It could be running faster, so more engines needed to make it run faster. But it cooks the netherrack, breaks it down into lava, as you can see here. So we'll just wait till this one comes through to the end, and you'll see the lava gets dumped into its internal tank any second now. And there we go. So 1,000, so basically 1 bucket of lava is what it generates. Now that lava immediately gets pumped out into the pipes, and that goes into the tank. We'll discuss the tank in a second. So basically, these are producing an infinite loop with these crucibles into the tank, out from the tank just behind there. Actually, I'll just jump up here and show you. There's the valve on that side, out from the tank there, back into the magmatic engines, back into the magma crucibles, etc, etc. Now what this is doing for us is it's actually creating a profit. So if we take a look at the inside of the tank, and again we'll discuss the actual tank itself in a moment, you'll see it currently 64,175. Now it's just taken in a bucket of lava there just now, so it's going up. However, at the same time it's also taking some out to feed the engines. But it does create a profit. So when no other machines are running, so just this loop here, it is creating lava for us. Not at a fast rate, and I'd certainly like it to be faster, and I might look into ways of doing that, and possibly more crucibles, more engines, whatever, but certainly it's free lava. It means that I don't need to use the liquid transposers anymore and put the lava into cans, bring them up, transfer the lava out the cans, etc, etc. This is basically free lava, automatically generates, so it's excellent. On this side here, it's exactly the same setup as we had before, but just reorganised a bit. The lava will come out of this valve when this is on, which is not at the moment, into the waterproof pipe, into the geothermal generator. The geothermal generator, oh, hello Enderman, don't like him being there, into the geothermal generator, through the glass fibre cable, into the MFE, and from the MFE it can then go up to the machines up the top, and indeed that's what we've got over there with those machines, or it can go down into the other machines which I've built, which I'm going to show you shortly. Did I look at him there? Not too sure. I'm going to leave him alone. He's making a big noise though. Okay, so this is one of the new tanks that was introduced into Zycraft in the recent update to the mod pack. So basically it allows you to make a tank out of whatever material you want. So I made it out of red rock just because I thought it looked quite nice with the lava. All you do is you've got basically 3 components here, so quite simple. So you've got your building surround, you can make that out of whatever you want, so solid on the top, the corners, and then solid floor on the bottom. You've got the glass, which is called glass viewer. I'll just show you that. There it is there. So that's really simple as well, just some glass with a bit of iron in the middle, makes 8 of them, so not too expensive at all. And then you've got these things, these are the valves. So again, I'll show you one of these. So there's the valve. Okay, so for these you just need some iron bars, a bucket per 4 valves, and blue engineering bricks. Blue engineering bricks are just made from stone bricks and zircoridite ingots. So the zircoridite ingots are made just by smelting up the zirconium, which you mine out. So all this stuff that I have in the Zycraft chest, that's these things. So you can make your valve to be whatever colour you want, blue, black, red, whatever colour of ingot you want to use, it doesn't matter, it'll still make the valves for you. So what we've got here is basically I've got 2 output valves there, and 1 input valve there. Now you don't need to specify what you want each valve to do, you just need to set yourself up to do it how you want. So on this one, these are pumping out lava, so therefore when you pump directly in, it's going to input. These both have redstone engines and wooden waterproof pipes. So you flick the redstone engine on and it'll pump out the lava, as you'll be able to see around this side with this one, like so. So that redstone engine on, it's pumping out lava constantly, feeding the magmatic engines. So all good there. Yeah, that's basically it for the tank. It's nice to have a use for all the Zycraft stuff finally, apart from decorative blocks, which I don't really like the decorative blocks very much. So really nice tank, and I like that you can create it out of whatever block you want as well. That's really cool. It's going to be good for making it fit in with buildings as well. So really nice. So that's the setup for the power generation, all cleaned up, a lot tidier. I'm going to be adding more magmatic engines here. Yeah, for a good reason. So next thing, we'll head down the stairs. So just before I turn this corner, last time I talked about we needed to get ourselves the industrial grinder and industrial blast furnace. So did a lot of mining, a lot of construction, blah blah blah, and here we are. So these 2 machines, very expensive to get, but we finally got them. So first of all, what I did was I got the industrial blast furnace. Now this is not as good as it can be. There is 3 levels of machine casing. So you can see them there. So standard, reinforced, and advanced machine casing. So I managed to make the reinforced machine casing, which used basically almost a stack of steel, more gates than you can shake a stick at, and then advanced circuits. And what did I use for the center here? Advanced machine blocks. So I needed about, 10 machine blocks. Made 40 of these blocks. I think you need 36 or 34 to create the construction. So it's a 3x3 on the bottom, 4 high, and 2 central blocks are lava source blocks. Now this blast furnace does not cook as hot as it can do. You can see here that the heat capacity is 2200. So while that's good enough for things like the jackhammer, so I used it in creating the jackhammer to do these titanium, because you'll see here, industrial blast furnace, you need a heat capacity of 1500 to cook titanium. So although it's good enough to do that and cook those up, uses a lot of power, so 256,000 power for 2 titanium ingots to be able to craft this jackhammer. It uses a lot of power, but it's not as good as it can be. So if we look at something like tungsten, which is something else which is used in really high-end machines, look at this tungsten ingot, you'll see that these need a heat capacity of 2500k to be able to cook them. So we're not able to do that just now. So what we need to get is the top level machine casing, which is these ones here, and these need chrome. Chrome is something that you'll be able to get from the industrial grinder, and as far as I know there's not really any other ways to do it, but data control circuits, which also need iridium, so we're a long way from this yet, but this is what you need to be able to cook the very top level ingots. So when it happens you'll see it, but it won't be for a while. So that's what it is. It's fed by its own MFE. These do not have their own internal power source, so you need to have, well, it's recommended you have an MFE there to make sure that you have the power that's needed when you're cooking up your items. So there we are. I think that's it. So the power cable comes from upstairs, and the top MFE there in a chain basically feeds this one, feeds this machine, and then into this MFE which feeds this machine. So that's the blast furnace. Again, took a long time to make, but we got there in the end. Still work to do in getting these advanced machine casings. Next up, industrial grinder. Now this is a great machine. This is basically like a really advanced version. Oh, there's some stone. A really advanced version of a pulverizer or macerator, in that it gets you a lot out of your ores. So for example, I'm just going to chuck some copper in here. It'll grind up the copper, and it gives you 2 copper dust per 1 ore, which is good, but it also gives you a bonus tiny pile of gold dust and bonus tiny pile of nickel dust for the copper. Each individual ore that you put through it gives you different things out of it, so they're all variety, and I'm going to show you the golds and the nickelite, what they produce as well. So there you go, you get 8 copper from your 4 ore. You also get 4 tiny piles of gold dust, 4 tiny piles of nickel dust. Those can just be crafted in your standard crafting, and there you go, 1 free gold and 1 free nickel. Perfect. Show you the gold one. While that's cooking up, this thing needs to be fed with water, so you can either put water cans, buckets, capsules, whatever, into the slot there on the left, or you can do as I've set up here, set up an infinite pool with a pump, powered it with redstone engines, and that constantly pumps water from the infinite pool into the machine, so it's constantly fed water. You could also probably use I believe it's an accumulator, that's a difficult word to say, to do this, but I just use the pump as I've used them before. It's nice and easy. There we are. So here's the gold. So 8 gold dust from there, another pile of tiny copper, another pile of tiny nickel. So get those together as well. Nice. So basically from there so far we've had 4 free dusts of various types from the 8 ores that we've done. Now nickelite ore. This is a really great one. So remember this ore I've used with the silk touch. Once you dial this down, it grinds your nickelite into nickelite dusts themselves, which is fine, but also tiny pile of diamond dusts. So basically what diamond dust is basically a great substitute for actual diamonds in quite a lot of recipes. Again, craft it like this, like so, and that's it. You can basically use that in a lot of recipes. Again, I used it in the jackhammer. I'll show you that again on the machine. There you go, diamond dust. Quite a few recipes can use diamond dust instead of actual diamonds, so it's a great way to save. So basically silk touch as much nickelite as you can is my recommendation to you. What else did I use it in? I also used it in the glass fibre cables. Take a look at this recipe here. So yeah, you can do it with redstone, you can do it with silver and diamonds, or you can do it with dust and electrum, which is what I've been using. So electrum ingots are just a combination of, I believe it's gold and silver dusts. They're really easy to make, but that gives you 8 glass fibre cable per diamond dust, which you can get from nickelite. So really good way to save on diamonds. Again, it's got its own MFE because it does not have its own internal power source. But yeah, most of my ores are going to be going through here to maximise the amount that I'm mining, and maximise the amount that you're getting. So really nice setup, really happy I've got these machines now. They're going to be very important in getting a lot of stuff. Like I say, this still needs to be upgraded to top level, but over time we'll get there. It might take some while, but we will get there eventually. So with that, Mr. Enderman still being a pain, I believe that is it. There's not been much else. showed you everything there. Those machines down the bottom especially took a long time to get. This tank was fairly easy to knock up, and this setup took a wee while to clean up, but very happy with it. Very easy to understand now, and over time we can add more machines up here, and they're within easy access of the storage room. So with that, I think I will sign off for this episode. Hope you found it educational. If you've got any questions or comments or likes, please do them on the YouTube page. The jetpack, hover, spin, dramatic, home, da 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 da. So, there we go. Thanks for watching the episode. Please subscribe, please like, please comment if you had any questions. And that's it for today. Goodbye.